Okay, collective reading using my very beautiful crystal struck tarot. I only use this every once in a while because it's such a beautiful deck. If you guys are interested in tarot decks, this is so nice. The silver there, oh, it really gives like crystal moon vibes. So Empress, Moonstone, Amazonite, and Selenite. My favorite. Actually, Moonstone and Selenite are my favorite crystals. I don't know if you guys can tell, like there's a lot of it around here. But those are like my go-tos, those two stones. So that may apply to you too. You guys might use these stones, like these stones, wear these stones, crystals. For the Empress, feminine energy reading, Empress is here too. So it is, oh, this is a King of Cups. I'm sorry, I didn't notice that. That was a King of Cups there right in the middle, in reverse. Okay, so for the Empress energy, I kind of feel like this is an Empress, very strong energy. In the upright, very strong energy. Very, like, well-placed and content. They are in an energy of, I attract, you know? Whatever is mine, and whatever is not, and they are okay with it. It's an Empress that is sitting in their glory, kind of, and they just know that they are content. They're probably happy in a sense where there's contentment. They don't try to force here from what I'm getting. Even if they want something, if it's not meant for them, I don't see them doing anything, forcing anything to be theirs, right? It's like they let go. They let go of you know, they let it go to the universe, let's say. It feels very much that type of energy, just a very strong sense of knowing. For this King of Cups in reverse, the Empress is under their energy. The Empress is reversed under their energy though, with the Four of Pentacles and the Page of Pentacles. This King also kind of has that energy, but in a slightly different way. In reverse, this King of Cups, I think, is trying not to be too focused on this Empress. I think there is an emotional investment on their part, and if there were an actual opportunity, it is something they would probably pursue. But I can also see that with the Empress in reverse and the Four of Pentacles in reverse, that they have kind of let that go. So meaning they're also not forcing things, right? There's a level also of this Empress, maybe they deserve better. Maybe they are content. There's like an acceptance here of the distance between them. So that's like there's been a letting go in this King of Cups energy too. But with the Page of Pentacles tells me if there's opportunity, they want it. Okay. Now for the Four of Swords in reverse, and that King of Pentacles is in reverse, I think this King, they still have a soft spot for this Empress. I think this King is actually finding it very difficult to forget this Queen. I'm sorry, this Empress. They're trying to be detached from it, but it's one of those things where you're mentally trying to detach, but emotionally you're still connected. I think this King would probably very much like to be with this Empress if there were an actual opportunity, because they actually have strong feelings here. But with the King of Pentacles energy in reverse as well, I don't think that they see there's potential for something to be pursued. I don't think in a practical sense that they see that this connection could, you know, have any kind of stability. So that's kind of how that's coming out. Interesting. Let's get more energy. I love that this Empress's crystals, the Moonstone, are like her crown. It's really nice. Okay. Archangel Michael. Yeah. Words are popping out here. Just a sec. There's a connection between these two people, but I think, how do I describe this? It's like these two people are connected, right? This Empress and this King of Cups, but I feel like they're not on the same level. And not that one is better than the other. It's just they're not on the same level when it comes to they're where they are in their life. You know, this the state of mind and calm, they're on very different levels, because this Empress is just way up there. They are like all knowing, content. It's very secure and calm, right? Now, I'm not saying that this is perfect. I'm just saying that this is an Empress that definitely knows how to handle themselves. They do not let themselves get triggered. They do not let themselves actually, it's not even letting. It's like there's not a need for any of that. It's just not in their energy anymore to force. So that's why it's like they've achieved that Empress status, I guess. This King, though, has work to do in ways of connecting, you know, because this Empress feels like their whole being is connected. It's flowing, it's in sync, their entire being, right? That's why they have this state of calm. This King, though, is very disconnected. Like their mind is disconnected from their emotions, their aspirations is disconnected from their from their like motivation or drive. It just feels fragmented, if that makes sense. So looking at the energy, I feel like this is an Empress that is very much protected. They go about their business. They do their own thing. This is the kind of Empress where they're quietly successful. Okay, they do not feel the need to have to, I don't know, exploit. It's like they're content with their life, but it's quite abundant, and there's not a need to be flashy or show off. Okay, that's how that's coming off. I feel like for this King, they're still making strides and changes in their own life. There could be something quite significant that they have changed, whether that's career, physical location, whatever it is. Like they are probably between things, like making a transition. I think this King, that's cute. I think this King is quite playful. I get an energy of a King that is quite, it's not that they're not serious with life, okay? King of Pentacles energy is here. It's just that I think this is a King that's actually quite young at heart, playful. But this is a situation that has made them rough. It's made them a bit jaded, maybe. They're not that playful anymore, I guess. That's the energy I'm getting here. I think this is a King that either writes down their thoughts or likes to sit and sit with their thoughts. There's something about how they think a lot. They feel a lot. They think a lot, right? King of Cups. A lot of the time I feel a little self-pity in this King. But the funny thing is, I don't think they do this in any outward way. It feels more internal. Like they could be sitting with themselves thinking about all these kinds of things, and there's an emotion, you know, there are emotions that are I can't describe it. I can describe the scene. I don't know. Okay, let me describe the scene in case it resonates. I feel like this is a King, masculine energy, sitting on some kind of, what do you call that? Like, it's like a ledge, but it's not overlooking anything because it's on the ground. They're just, oh my God, okay. I know I grew up here in the Philippines, but I'm not very well versed with the way that certain things are called. But here in the Philippines, there are houses, I think, because I see a vision of something. So like there are houses here in the Philippines, like where I think you step out your door, there's like, it's like a ledge, but it's on the ground, right? And I think that's like a popular thing in houses. I can see this King sitting on it. I think they like to just take time to sit there. So I'll let you guys decide the scenario of it. But that's just what I'm seeing. And this is a King that sits there. It's like, I see this happening on like late afternoons, like when the sun is setting. And this is a king that just sits there kind of thinking their thoughts. And I think they step out to this spot in their home so that they could have like quiet time away. I don't know. And then they just kind of sit there and they think, and then they're feeling things. And I don't know. It feels like they feel a little sorry for themselves, to be honest. They kind of feel, it's not that they feel like their life is a throwaway, but at the same time, I think they also kind of feel like, what's the point? What is it all for? I think this is more like personally, what is it all for? Like personal fulfillment maybe, or personal achievement. What is it all for? There's like a big question mark on their life here when they do this. So whoever resonates with that, I guess. I'm sorry I can't describe it better. I'll try to find like a picture maybe and put it up in that part of the reading. It's so specific, the image that I get. I even see this person sometimes drink coffee. They seem to be drinking coffee and wearing like a white tank top. I don't know. It's kind of odd. With khaki shorts or, yeah. Oh man, who is this? What are you guys doing? It's quite specific. Okay. So yeah. So whatever that visual is for you guys. Definitely this seems to be the situation, but it is between two people that are not in any kind of communication, not with this. This is two people that are not together because this Empress has leveled up in a sense where they are very much at peace, and so they don't seem to be affected by this. Not that they're not affected in a sense where they're not connected to it, but they're not affected where it is displacing them. Okay, I hope that makes sense. Yeah, I think that's how it seems to be coming off, at least. A lot of telepathic communication, maybe dreams, songs could be significant. I'm hearing dreams about fish. Dreams about fish. Okay. Today's quite visual. It's interesting. Let me see more. I actually get more visual when I'm actually in front of a person that I'm doing a reading for. I'm like, and those are the readings where I actually can even hear or sense like arguments or words said, and you know, it's kind of freaky, but at the same time, it's like it validates everything that needs to be said in a reading. So I think here it's more hazy when I do it collective wise, just because like I'm tapping into a lot of people, or it's just like a collective reading but specific stories and energies. By the way, for those that are interested in the course, heavily working on that. March is my target date for an in-depth tarot course. I will be discussing and imparting my technique, I guess you could call it technique, or the way that I read tarot. And so I'm going to announce the details for that soon. It is going to be in the Quezon City area. And it's going to be on a weekend, but in March. So if you guys are interested in that, if you want to know how I do tarot readings, if you want to know how, you know, I come to all of this and how it, you know, you are welcome to join. I will share details soon. So I feel like this is, okay, if you are resonating with this reading, at this point, really, this journey is about trust. This Empress has already achieved that. They've already achieved a level of trust with themselves, with the universe, with spirit, with this connection even. They just know that whatever is meant to happen will happen. That's why there's not a need for them to chase anything. That's why there's not a need for them to do anything. They live in their contentment, doing their own thing. Okay? I'm not saying this Empress is perfect, but this is just the energy that I'm seeing for this Empress in this reading. I think this king is actually quite inspired to do the same. So they have an awareness of where this Empress is at in their life. They have an awareness. Sorry, I got cut off. They have an awareness of where this Empress is at, what this Empress is achieving. And I think they feel inspired. And all the more they see the beauty of this Empress. I feel, though, like they only get glimpses of this Empress. And that would make sense because this Empress is showing me an energy of, it's not secrecy, but just more of modesty. I guess this is an Empress that keeps to themselves a lot of the time. They're not really maybe sharing much on social media. There doesn't seem to be a lot of like noise when it comes to this Empress. But in their own life, I think this Empress is actually achieving quite a lot. And I think this king is very much attracted to that. They find this Empress to be very beautiful. I'm getting physically, but also energetically. Oh, that's sweet and corny. Okay, I'm hearing this king is thinking that they love to look at this Empress. Wow, the energies are strong today. I can actually hear thoughts and see stuff. They love to look at this Empress. They love looking at them. Okay, I get it. Well, let's move on from that. I think, though, that this king has a ways to travel in their own journey. They're meant to discover the same calm, though. They're meant to discover the same peace, achieve the same, I guess, vibrational level as this Empress. But they still kind of have a ways to go because they're still very much disconnected and fragmented. But it's like they're working on it, right? So I think for this king, the guidance really is to lighten your load, because this is what this Empress has done. They have lightened their load. That's why they've achieved this level of peace and calm that they have achieved. It's not that they don't want things. It's not that they don't desire things, have hopes, have dreams. But I think to this Empress, because they are safe in the knowing that what is meant for them will be theirs, with the proper effort, right, and the proper intention and consistency, they can achieve it if it's meant to be. So there's a lot of pressure that has been taken off this Empress's shoulders because of that knowledge. And I think this king needs to work on the same. I mean, I would encourage everybody to work on that, honestly, because that's kind of the way to go, really. I think sometimes we wonder about people that achieve so much, and you think on the scale of things, it's like, wow, that's a lot to be achieving or doing, and I wonder how they do it. I think partly it's because they have this kind of energy where they put in the work, they put in the consistency, they strive to achieve, but they also kind of let go of the outcome, and if it's theirs, it's theirs. And when you know that something is yours, you don't panic anymore. You're not desperate for it. It just becomes yours. I guess that's essentially also kind of the basis of manifestation in its true form. But it's a hard thing to achieve because there's a level of trust that you need to have in the idea of not knowing, but at the same time knowing. It's a weird thing. It's weird. I'd love to get into that, and maybe I'll think about doing something like that in the future for you guys, but one thing at a time. For now, I think this is the story between these two people, an Empress and a king, going into the guidance. Seven of Swords, Four of Wands. I feel the need to say that this Empress is not perfect. This Empress, actually, to have achieved this, they had also gone through their own struggles. I'm getting that they slayed dragons. That's so funny. They slayed dragons. I feel like an Empress with a warrior energy. It feels like an Empress that, defeated their demons and defeated the dragons. You know what I mean? Like, they came a long way to get here. It wasn't overnight. And the stability that they have It's not something that they will allow anyone to take away as well. I'm seeing a fierce protectiveness over it. What is this? The guidance I'm getting here is about freedom. So I think it's probably this king. It's like they want to achieve some sense of freedom in their life. But you know, freedom, it's really a mindset. It's not, you acquire it in a sense, but it's really your state of mind, because you are free if you say you're free. Does that make sense? Like, your only restriction is yourself when you hold yourself back. And I kind of feel like this is another thing this king has to learn and realize. At this point, we don't really know where things will go, to be honest, but things are happening in the way that they need to. Again, it's really going back to that idea that I was saying, like the process of knowing that I was talking about. I think this king is still very much rooted in the way that they have been living their life. It feels difficult for them to imagine being in this state, this Empress's state. It's not that they don't desire it, and it's not even that they're not capable of it. It's their self-doubt. It's their wariness of the idea. But it's possible because it can be achieved. I feel like, you know, another thing about achieving this Empress is, you know, peace and calm. It's about letting go also of other people and their expectations, their opinions, their judgment. It's about letting go of those kinds of worries. This is not an Empress that will care what anyone has to say about them, because they are intentional. They are coming from the best place, or they try to, I guess, at all times. And so that worry is not anything that they carry. It's not on their shoulders. Maybe in the past it was, but that's not a care that they carry in this time. I feel like this king still carries that. It still matters what people say, how people think about them. So that's another thing that this king has to overcome, right? But is there a chance? Obviously, everybody has this chance to renew their life, to transition their life to the way that they want to live it. It's a matter of deciding to do so. So I'm going to leave it at that. That was quite an interesting reading, guys. We've got Taurus energy, Pisces energy, Capricorn, Cancer. I'm going to just get a number. Number 3 could be significant. I know you guys wonder about the numbers. You know, the number is just, it could be a birthday, birth month, birth year, age. Well, obviously not 3. Length of time, address, license, I don't know. Whatever it means to you guys, that's what it could be. Okay? And that's what I have for today.